Hey, welcome to the 167th or something annual meeting of Zhu's SpongeBob fan club. We're ready to go.
On this meeting, we're finally old enough to listen to the album that inspired SpongeBob.
Yes, we're finally able to listen to Raining Blood, known to have established most of the core lore for the SpongeBob world.
Come on, man. It's the mollusk with songs such as Waving My Dick in the Wind.
Anyways, Bikini Bottom, we love you. SINDROA. Fucking... let's fucking get going. Last time on SINDROA, our valiant vaginas joined hands and traveled quick and fast over to Ard Kareem in order to finally go where Jeffro had been telling them to go for about 2 real-life years.
And then we went to jail.
And then you went to jail. But wait, I'm getting there. But you guys flew over the walls of a siege city. Admittedly, not sure how else you would have gotten in, but that spooked the defenders of the city, who fired upon you quite viciously and then arrested you when you landed, except for Johnny, who was shot out of the sky due to the curious decision of flying directly up when being assailed by almost all ranged people.
Either. He stayed hidden.
Jeffro did not get caught, but was eventually brought out safely.
Yes.
Everybody else was locked up, interrogated briefly before everything was sort of cleared up. Jables was carried upside down for a little while, and everybody clapped.
Hey.
And then you got to talk to some of the captains, some of the generals here of the Aramuni military, who have been sort of imprisoned here, who let you in on a number of things. Namely, that they have a massive numbers disadvantage against the sieging people. They're running out of food and siege weaponry due to internal sabotage. And one of their captains was assassinated about a week prior by presumably this same saboteur.
Oh, could I try and help them repair some of their siege
No.
Some of them are merely damaged. A lot of them are like smoking husks, which would be more difficult. But the ones that are just like fucked, you could probably help to speed along the repair process if you wanted to.
I have proficiency in vehicles.
Yeah, I'd allow that. However, everybody in the party sort of
took 4 damage.
Everybody in the party took a bunch of damage. Mostly everybody's kind of fucked up after the events of the day, getting shot at. Or a bunch of them are. Especially Johnny. Fell from a great height due to Lucific's ghost whispering bad advice.
I feel great.
And, the several members of the party were like, "Hey, ho, I got an idea for dealing with your little problem out there. We could go talk to that guy that we made a really good impression on and ask him for military aid." And so that seemed to be part of one of the things that the party wanted to maybe do in this session. And that's okay. That's the end of my recap. I'm done. Begin.
Hello there. I am Lusvik, and this is my friend John Bone.
No.
John's bone.
It's not true, actually.
Not true is not your name?
John, I think what he's saying is he wants to see your bone, dude. Fucking, now's the time.
Which one?
I got so many of them.
It's the spine, dude.
Longbow Jaguar.
That's not my name.
What?
That's not my name.
What do you mean it's not your name?
I think his name is Longbow Jag.
Oh, not Jaguar.
That's right. What?
Just hi, hello, there. Listen. Was it you who said that you were on the lookout for the saboteur?
I mean, we're all on lookout for the saboteur.
All right. So here's the plan.
You have a plan?
Yes, I have ein plan.
What's your ein plan?
We're splitting up, guys.
Okay,
Um.
I'll get my stuff.
Okay. They're on you right there. All right. So I have ein. Okay. So my idea is, some of us need to go over to Joldrim and explain the things. And some of us need to stake out and search for clues and figure out who the saboteur is before we really start thinking of other ways to help you guys out here in Odd Kareem. I was gonna say Ford Kareem again.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, man.
So the idea is this: it's gonna be you, and John Bones and me and Jeffro, and we're going to look for an asshole.
Mhm.
And then it's going to be Slayer and Wislow and Johnny going to Joldrim.
Slayer! I'm on Slayer's team!
I would love to search for the saboteur, but I understand.
Yes. Fortunately, you have information on the Zernites that is more needed to our people who are not taking it seriously. Your job is to make them take it seriously.
Slayer's hand is already halfway into his bag, gripping the hair of the man he decapitated.
You didn't have a chance to bust that out last time, but this might be a golden opportunity. How is it? Is it still fresh? Take it out.
We put some copper on it.
It's salted, preserved, shrunken.
Shrunken. That's a process. This is a very specific process.
Slayer knows how to
that bitch.
shrink heads.
We just put it in the shrinky dink.
You think Slayer hasn't fucking shrunk a head before? Come on, who do you think you're talking to?
I'd hope he didn't.
Cove cleavers are notorious head shrinkers.
It's true.
And
Zantine's a wild fucking place.
They're also sometimes called the shrinky dinks.
Johnny is King Diplomat.
Johnny's
and
killed.
And Wislor is Lord of the Darkness. I don't know what you mean by that.
Nope, you're not allowed.
Hey, I have a line that I've been.
I don't care.
Let's be nice to each other.
I said I have a line I've been designated to say.
I refuse to allow it.
Allow these nuts.
Damn.
Anyway.
Now you have to, since he said.
Anyway, so that's the plan for today.
Me and Slayer and Wizlor.
Am I supposed to hear music?
Yes, it sounds.
I'm gonna refresh. It's like very barren and it's making me squaring.
Slayer, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not actually the king of diplomats.
I know, me neither.
I'm like barely the prince of my stupid dick. Like
I don't know. I don't really know what to say to them. Besides, I have a shrunken head.
I mean, honestly, I think that would be funny, and funny is good to me.
Celia, here, I've prepared your script right here.
Where is it?
Gosh, Lucifik, you seem to really be into this whole discussion thing. Maybe you should go.
I can't. They need my investigative skills to help them out.
Oh,
Actually,
of course.
that's true. That's fucking true. He's really good at investigating.
Also, I am too honest, and I will say too many unnecessary things over there.
That's true. You made a poor impression the first time.
Well, so did I.
You did, but Lucifik made a worse one.
Hey, I'm dumber.
You're dumber, but merely dumb is worse than dumber, because dumber implies that you have some sort of, like, mental disability. Dumb is he's just being a fucking idiot.
Like he knows better.
Yeah, exactly. He shouldn't be acting so dumb, but he is. Dumber, you can't help it. You're dumber.
I'm like his dog.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't expect a fucking... I don't know. You can't expect a... What's a stupid kind of dog?
I don't know.
You can't expect a pug to be doing no goddamn tricks. But you get a dog, you get like a fucking... Like a shepherd or some shit. You want... if it's acted too stupid, you're like, come on, man. You're better than that. I have less respect for you than this pug.
Pugs are cute.
They can't breathe too good.
I don't. Yeah, they're a crime against nature.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
We did them dirty.
The short snout breeds mean that they have a lot of respiratory problems and they can't breathe.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's bad.
You ever seen those like 18th century-ish paintings of pugs where they look regular and we bred the nose down for some fucking reason and now they're screwed up and
look cute.
now their eyes fall out and they can't breathe and shit?
Their eyes fall out.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's a big problem with snub-nosed breeds is that their eyes just pop out because they don't have eye sockets.
No.
Sorry if we've ruined pugs for you.
I mean, whatever. Like, shit, people do awful shit to dogs all the time.
Yeah, like look at the difference between the dog with a snout and the dog that just doesn't have a snout.
I said I was
Monarch,
gonna...
I don't know what you added to this.
Nothing. I forgot to look at it this week.
Oh, but it's called 1 for me, so I got confused.
Oh,
This used to be a pug. Look at that actual nose.
Tongue. Dog looks... It's just making a face.
Like this sumbitch can breathe.
Yeah.
You have a snout and you breathe! And your eyes don't fall out.
But now, why do you think every pug ever photographed looks like it's in abject misery?
Because they are. You should just look at the skull of a pug and you can definitely see. Yeah.
That's really different from smush-faced cats.
No, smush-faced cats are bad too.
All they really have is like eye. You just gotta clear out their eyes.
Stop
Did they get
smushing
eye-
animals' faces.
Buddy.
Yeah, it's
Big eye boogers.
not a responsible thing to do.
Anyway, okay, so how are we gonna get to Joldrin if it's just me and Whistler and Slayer?
Didn't think about that, did you?
I don't think I thought about that, didn't I?
Yeah, 'cause that was like the biggest problem.
I think the thing we came up with was wait a day and then go tomorrow. But I don't remember how we were gonna get there.
Yeah, it would take a series of days in order to do it.
You don't have a
just-
teleportation circle there, do we?
No, they'd have to teleport here, but... Is there... Whistler, or the god, is there any way to make teleports more accurate?
I mean, if you have an item from there, you can be like perfectly accurate, I'm pretty sure. If you're familiar with it, it's more accurate, etc.
What if it's to a
You should
person?
have stolen a chair.
You can't
from my
really
house.
teleport directly to a person, that's not how it works.
Alright, so... Jag, get us a brick from this place.
What?
We
Can
need
we
a brick.
borrow a brick?
From
Yes.
here?
Yes.
Why do I have to get it?
Because you're in the room with them.
We were just asking your permission to steal a brick off the ground because we're really polite.
This isn't even my castle. I'm not
guess
in
you're
command, and this wasn't my region either.
I guess you're right. You're just really easy to talk to.
I get that a lot.
You're a sweetheart.
I'm
I
extremely handsome.
look for a brick on the floor.
You can pick up like a rock or something. It's like it's fairly well kept, but it's ancient, so there's still bits of it that
we're gonna want to
break
get
off
a
here.
rock that's like naturally there and not one that's a brick, because the brick might have been, mined from a
Imported.
different place. Yeah, it might have been quarried.
How about some
somewhere
of the
else
rock
got
that the
there.
castle's built on? We'll go spelunking.
Well, I mean, a rock from the ground might probably just be,
Yeah, I mean, just
A
a,
br-
rock
a brick-
from like a piece
a
of
brick is
structure
of
sitting
the-
there.
A piece of the castle's structure is of the area enough that I would allow it, because otherwise we get into too much complicated bullshit for this kind of shit.
okay. But we just pick up a rock. off the
Otherwise
ground
it's too
and
complicated, like, I've taken a piece of a tapestry to come back to this castle, and then you fucking...
But that was painted
But-
in Magotamia.
Yeah, exactly. We go down a whole rabbit hole.
but
It
the
was the
paint
paints
was-
were from Magotamia, but the thread was from Shanmao. Like it's like your fucking body would be split in half and scattered to the four winds.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Jeffrey was into
I
that
guess-
idea.
I guess we could do it just with Wizlore, but we would have to spend a series of days doing it, right? Because he.
Well, you would
only
have to
has-
forego the nap,
What now?
the nap shack.
Right.
Oh, I was like the nap.
I don't know why I just said the word nap.
The
Sometimes I don't know why I say or do things.
Honestly, this kind of calls for Jeffro, but I know Jeffro really doesn't like children. We could just infect people over there, like with our dream disease.
Nah, let's not. We're asking for a favor. They're gonna know it's us.
What do you mean? Wakes up, eyes
I-
bleeding. I do not know what you were talking about.
I sending the Widow's Grace.
The Widow Grace.
That one.
Mm-hmm. Well, you already
Hey.
did that.
Did we?
To let her know. And then she's like, yes, your dying father.
Yeah, she gave you a fucking code.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Basically, she just said, yeah, sure, come over.
I'm
I
up.
won't.
Yeah, but it wasn't really like...
The teleportation circle's broken from the one to the what's it called, right? It fell off a cliff.
Hmm?
Is the teleportation circle broken?
The one that we initially got to that ledge outside of Dawnridge.
I don't think so.
I think it's still there.
You could go there and then just hike to Doldrum, to the place.
Would that take up a 7th level? Or no?
No. That's
Okay.
just regular teleportation.
I don't think
circle.
he ever inscribed that or memorized that teleportation circle though. I don't think he ever made a point of doing that.
We're in a pickle.
Does anyone have any Johnny, the glasses!
I'm gonna put on my yellow sunglasses.
These were made in Dawnridge, and clearly, specifically from Dawnridge. If you teleport circle there,
Nope.
They were made in Magotamia.
You can't teleportation circle with them.
You can teleport there more accurately. Into the man's glasses shop? Is that how it works?
I don't know. It'd
what
probably
level
be
is
close by.
teleportation circle?
What?
So,
What level is circle?
Like 5?
That'll take
It
10
is
hours.
5.
Glass. I was gonna say because I could just make a circle at the same time, and then you could teleport to it. I
What?
think that's how it works.
That's not how that works.
What's up?
I don't know if there's any way around this.
I don't know either.
Talkative tonight.
I tap on
Matt,
Jeffrey's
Matt.
shoulder.
He gave them the sheebie-jeebies.
once more.
He had nothing else to give.
I give my love.
It appears Matt is not here.
Not for honor, but fire.
Fine, do it. Do it.
Okay,
Well, since he's
Yeah,
not
is
here,
it-
you can decide what his character does.
is that how that
You are
works?
perfect.
No, but I don't know where the fuck he is, so. I mean,
Here,
I don't know
Oh
if that
well,
won't work.
I'll let him yell at me.
Here's Leia. Here's some notes I prepared for you just now.
Let's get a look at these. Johnny reads over his shoulder. It's not downloading. There we go. Let's get a look at these. Zoranite stuff.
Oh.
Tell them everything you know that I don't. I don't know what your character knows. When some sympathy points.
Wow, what the fuck did you just speak English just then?
Sympathy.
A sympathy.
If they seem like they don't care enough. Okay, but here's the script. Oh wait, no, this is from mine.
Yes.
I was like, oh wait, no, he wrote something.
This is a fucking disaster.
I think this is good.
I've got the other notes. It's fine.
But that still raises the question. We can't do this if we can't get there. I'm really sorry, guys. I had a choice, and I made the wrong one. I should have picked up plane shift. Right, so Jeffro, we're going to muscle you into doing this. And you will hate me for it.
I suppose I will.
And you are allowed to hate me for it. Because I am going to convince you to do this right now. Here
Roll a
it
persuasion
goes.
check, see what happens.
I didn't even say
He's an
anything.
NPC right now, so.
Okay, well, let's pretend I'm blackmailing him or something.
I'm gonna. Can I give him advantage by saying, "Do it, do it,
Yeah.
do it"?
Hold on, let me get my other d20.
Use it.
Ooh, okay, 28.
I'll do it.
Jeffro is so swayed by how handsome you are that he's willing to do anything you say.
Now I see
Oh,
why
wow.
Newspeak wants to look
I
at
was
you.
I was very I was very amiable too. Like I put my hand on his shoulder, leaned in, made eye contact, smiled. I treated him with respect. And he returned the favor in kind.
Now I understand the actions of that creepy Goldian pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm a pedophile. Johnny's 18.
Yes, but you wish he wasn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Repeatedly.
Jeffrey, you're saying
I don't know
some
what you mean.
interesting things right now.
What?
Oh, Whistler!
Orochny!
Yes.
Get him! Destroy that. He's asking
Okay,
too many
Whistler,
questions.
you have the Well of Many Worlds, right?
I
Yes,
think I do.
he does. And I see him pulling it out right now. Oh, is this okay for us to do this now?
Hey, Commander Vance, do you need us for anything?
I mean, I'm not in command of you, so whatever y'all think will help best.
All right. So then it's just me and John Bones and Better Call Saul over here. Wow, I got that wrong.
What?
Tall ball Malcolm?
Long ball Saul Jag.
Long
My
ball?
balls are a normal length. I would describe them as moderate. I manscape.
Let's open up the
Shorn like the head of a baby.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, please continue.
No, I'm done.
I didn't always used to be an archer. I used to be a baker from the town of Troy.
What is going on?
And I
When we
really
open
didn't
up-
seem like myself at the time.
When we open up the well of many worlds, what's inside?
Oh,
All
let's
right,
find
guys,
out.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Maybe.
John Bone, say goodbye to them.
What? No, I don't.
Maybe.
Say bye to them. Our
But I don't want to
intrepid.
say goodbye to them
Say goodbye forever, John Bone.
forever. It's a long time.
It's
Sorry,
just
I
you-
walked away for a minute. What did I miss? Look, dude, something called to me around the house, and I had to go look.
You're
Alright.
going to Joldred.
You're going to
Oh,
Joldred.
okay, that's fine. Works for me, dude.
Okay, good.
Don't worry, Jeffro. I know this is upsetting, but you'll be back, and we get to have some odd Kareem adventures together.
No, this is pretty sick.
Oh, okay.
You
Joldred.
know what? This is great.
It all worked out, fellas.
Guys, promise Jeffro you let him pet a griffin.
No.
Jeffro, as soon as I pet a griffin, I'll allow you to pet one as well.
Can we just go?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you can see that it's sort of like a dull gray color, this portal.
Kirby.
Ah.
Ah, dull gray color, my favorite. I jump in.
Everybody who's going goes through. Poof poof.
Going ghost.
Shoop. Poof bloof.
Shoop shoop song.
Alright. Jeffro, Johnny, Slayer, and Wazlor all charge through the portal.
No, it's just Whistler. Wazler's on vacation.
Okay, just Whistler, who's going to say fuck all.
I have these notes from Whistler.
No, he can't speak. His tongue fell off.
No, I said for me to say as Johnny.
Oh, I see.
He
Anyways,
gave me some info.
as Whistler scrabbles around, desperately searching for his tongue, he's pulled through the portal. And you guys travel through that dark space between planes and are suddenly standing on this giant metal-like stud with miles of metal above and below, and you're just sort of slowly moving to one side, and you can see an endless expanse of sort of slate gray sky in front of you.
Whoa.
And then you can see, as you're starting to turn, you see just off the way, you see that this giant metal thing you're on is interlocking with another giant metal disc of some kind, or a gear, that is rotating against it and covered in squat, identical cities.
Squat discs. Squat disc world. What is this? Whistler, what is this?
Wazlor, whoever's controlling Whistler, roll a fucking religion check.
What's his religion?
That would be Ronick. Not
What's his
me.
religion?
Ronick,
He said be right back.
Oh.
Yeah.
then you do it. It's plus like a lot. Just roll the dice and we'll see what happens.
12 plus a lot.
12 plus a lot? Okay, so it's gonna be like well over 20. This is the Clockwork Nirvana of Mechanus. Which is sort of a very, sort of the center point of law in the universe, and home of strange mechanical creatures called Modrons.
Modrons. Can we see any?
You cannot, at the moment. But they're out
Can I
there.
touch them?
I call out for them.
I am going to show you now a picture of a bunch of people hiding out in Mechanus, just so you can get a little peek of some Modrons.
I need to look in. Oh no, I can't. I did this. Latest one.
That didn't work.
I will open it with my file.
I don't know why it did that, but whatever.
We'll open it with paint. Hey, I see it. Oh, these people are hiding.
You don't want to get in the way of a Modron march. Here, that'll solve it.
Oh, they're Mike Wazowski's. That's cool.
They're machines. And they have a very complicated hierarchy system. Anyways, that's where you are.
Beautiful lips.
They do.
Oh, now I know where Magic got their inspiration for some of their unstable art. Because the blue-white law faction is a lot like this.
Yeah, Modrons are old school shit.
wacky.
Like this is like 2nd edition ass shit. Wait, did you say the magic one is wacky?
Yeah, it's a little wackier.
Yeah,
than,
the Modrons are fucking goofy. They're like a comedy faction half the time.
Yeah. Listen, the leader of their faction is a giant calculator.
That's pretty good.
Jeffro, I guess we can plane shift unless you want to chill.
Yeah, let's just go. I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be very much interesting things here, so I guess.
The Grand Calcutron. Look at that handsome man. What the fuck?
Has a beard.
Anyways, you plane shift?
I believe so.
Yes.
Alright! Shoo! You plane shift again. Shoo! Traveling through the plains and are suddenly standing. Somewhere in Ardgrim. Not Ardgrim. Somewhere in Dawnridge. You're not 100% sure where.
I was about to say, oh no. Oh, we're somewhere in Dawnridge. I look around somewhere.
Let me just...
I don't know!
I think we did good though. We're in Dawnridge.
Let me just roll to see where the fuck you are in Dawnridge. I rolled to see that you would actually hit the city. But where
I
are
hope
you?
we're close to a shoe store.
Ah! You are in a sort of middle-class residential area. And you see a bunch of people, like, sort of startled at your arrival as you appear in, like, roughly the middle of the street, cutting off the path of a horse-drawn carriage, and the guy behind you is like, "Hey! Don't teleport in the middle of the street, fucking bastards, keep moving!" Just sort of goes around you.
Oh.
And everybody sort of, like, shakes their head, like, and goes about their business.
Oh, man. I imagine we all look very sheepish right now.
Like, well, you also look like you've been attacked by bears.
Oh, whoops.
You're bleeding on the street.
I fell from the sky like an angel. A gift from above.
Oh god, I just realized what they remind me of.
Hey Johnny, when you fell
They
from
remind
heaven,
me
did you
of
land on your
blurry
face?
people.
Ouch.
Why, yes, it did hurt. Thanks for asking.
Says Johnny, his self-esteem in a steep downward plummet.
I march onward. We should just go to the Palace, right?
Palace.
We should just get this over with, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know
think,
where else we'd go. We don't really know the city.
well,
Do
we
we?
could like get
You
some.
don't.
We could get some sassy boots somewhere. We'll get it on the way back. You know,
We could
treat
get some
ourselves.
really convincing hats.
Yeah. People will be so convinced that we're wearing hats.
So they'll be like, wow, they know what they're talking about. They're wearing such convincing hats.
It's just like I am fully convinced that thing on their head is a hat, and they're and they're owning it. Okay, we're ambling. We're bellying up
Alright.
to the palace.
You make your way out of the residential district, through the main market, back through that underground entertainment district with the red lanterns.
I'm gonna prestidigitate all of us so that at least our blood isn't showing.
Okay, so you're still kind of like limping and dragging your feet and moaning with every step, but at least you look better.
Where did
Yeah, you know, we're clean.
Wind your way on past the skyship landing area and the gnomish community. Past the rich ass area and on towards the Castle Skyreach or Skybreak. You ascend the myriad marble steps again, and as you approach the giant gates, the guards there say, "Hey, what's your business here?"
Am I speaking? We are here to speak with the spy master, right?
I don't know.
Is that what we're here? Fuck. We come here with urgent news for the spy master.
We have information about the Zarenites that we need to share.
Nobody's permitted to enter today.
But she said we could.
I don't have any word about that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Stand aside.
Okay.
Can you at least tell her like that we're here? Like, please?
Afraid I can't.
I mean, you could.
Can
You're just
someone
choosing not to.
message her?
but that's-
Whiz, what? Our dying father, I don't remember it. We wish to see her about our dying father.
I have no idea what you're trying to say to me.
I don't remember. Did Lusvik even tell it to us verbatim?
I have
I
no
should
idea.
have. Yeah, I you know.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, it's been a while, so can we get some slack? It's been a hot minute.
I don't know, Liswick, do you remember?
No, Ronick doesn't remember.
Of course he doesn't.
Shit. I didn't get to that part of the recording. I was listening to it on the plane. Hold on. All these pictures of pugs. For like 3 hours now.
Make an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence?
Just straight intelligence.
18. Damn it. Oh, shit. I heard that entirely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
My God. I only got to 3 hours.
Wow.
Okay.
It wasn't your job to remember it.
Well, I'm the one who takes all the notes so much session. Yeah, so, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm here to see someone about my missing husband.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
I give a guidance.
I'll
Oh,
allow
thank
it.
you. Thank you. Where's my D4? Okay. 14?
The guard stares at you for a long, long moment. And then he just kind of goes, "You guys are awful at this." And then he turns to unlock the gates.
Nice
I'm
man
really
he is.
embarrassed, you guys.
A nice man.
It's alright.
You
It's
should
epic.
be. That was mildly embarrassing.
No, Zhu is very embarrassed.
And then he pushes the gate up and it says, "Watch the gate, Eustace. I'm taking them in. Follow me."
Okay, I'm Eustace. I'll stay here.
Don't you fucking dare. He actually sounds like this. "Right, I'm Eustace. I'm gonna watch the gate." Alright, so fucking show some respect.
TJ Henry Yoshi has some words for you.
So the guard leads you inside the castle,
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry.
back through the halls, not towards the throne room where you'd been led before, but back into those smaller, less elegant side halls that you were taken into after your initial confrontation with King Silurius. And you were led back to a very similar meeting room. Long, low table, sparse decorations, chairs along one side, and one chair on the other. It says, "Wait here. Whittle will come to see you."
I gesture for Arashni to sit in the one chair on the other side, as we sit in the chair opposite her, and we.
Arashi tries to sit in the chair. Johnny sits in.
Oh, okay. I thought that we would have a meeting with Arashni. Is Arashni gonna sit on my lap?
Arashni is sitting. No,
No,
every
it's
time
tried
you
to
try
steal
to
the chair.
yeah, every time you try to sit down, Arashni takes the chair first.
Look at this.
Keeps scuttling to intercept.
You gotta check him out. You're about to get up to go for another turn. Nope.
No, you think you're gonna get this one? Nah, me, Arashni, my chair. What are you gonna fucking do about it?
She's got so many more legs than me. She's got so much speed on me.
It's quick. You're slow and clumsy.
As soon as I brush my tail out to sit down, she's already in.
She's already there. She's looking at you with all 8 of those beady eyes. She's going like, "What you gonna do about it, motherfucker?"
Sit on the floor.
Bro, I will squirt all over these chairs. I swear.
Arashni triumphant.
Shot web.
I sit on the
Arashni
floor
doesn't
and
shot web.
What?
And I,
Not that kind of
she's
spider.
a wolf spider.
But what about the feet?
Huh?
Feet. She's got legs.
She's got 8 of those.
Shot feet.
I'm gonna arrange all my documents
Shot
and
feet
notes
get
out on the
webs.
floor
Yes.
in front of me.
Spider Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I got all my papers down here on the floor. They're all laid out. I'm reviewing.
All right, so
I'm very discouraged. Let's do it.
right. You guys are left waiting in there for about a half hour.
Oh, good. We got time. Oh, man. I squander it.
Very in character. This all makes perfect sense to me. Christ, I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Happens at times.
I had a light dinner.
Ooh.
I
Right.
ate too much, and now I'm very full and not good.
Alright.
Right to dinner.
As you're waiting there, after about a half hour, the door opens, and the Widow Grace enters, closing the door quietly behind her, walking to the seat on the opposite end of the table from you. Sits down, takes out that notebook of hers, opens it up, just sort of looks over it for a second, looks up, looks down, closes it, puts it away. I trust you have important business to discuss with me.
Am I gonna be the only one to? Oh, thank God.
It's
Thank
about
you,
the
Slade.
Zarenites and their invasion.
Right.
Yes, we're doing it.
Should I info dump? In shorthand, you know?
This is your
Um,
meeting, please. Do what you feel best.
Well, if I may just do one thing before that, before we get into childrennegotiations.txt, I do have Raja movements .txt. So, there was something that we neglected to include last time when we were talking about King Ryman's situation.
And this has to do with the Zarenites?
Kind of. In a
Define
sense
kind
that,
of.
Well, in order for us to help you out with addressing the threat of the Raja, we need to get rid of the Zarenite threat. We can't really give our full attention to finding the Raja until we stamp out the Zarenites.
Our agents are at work on that, but I suppose we could appreciate the assistance.
Well, yeah, because the Raja actually has already started making moves towards Ryman. He is indeed torturing Ryman, so I feel that...
I'd better not tell the king that. He might not want to stop the Raja.
But he's next. Is the problem. We're trying to stop... Okay. Well, I mean, that was basically it. We can move to the next point. That was the main point I was going to make. Yep. Should I keep going or?
Slayer was doing a good job.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Oh no, should we move on to the Zarenite talking
You look down at
points?
the end of the table and Whistler's face down asleep.
It's only been like 3 minutes.
Wizard stage.
But was he asleep when she came in?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You've been asleep for 29 of the 30 minutes you were waiting.
I wake up Weasel really quick.
Yes, wizard.
Yeah, she's here. Okay.
Sawyer, do you want to do the negotiations thing, or should I talk about the?
You first.
Okay, I'll talk about the name of God. I'll do that.
So, well, when we first saw the Zarenites making movements in Mandrelay, they were hunting for these artifacts known as shards of the Zothu, said to be these broken off pieces of the corpse of this dead god of that name from the far realm. We recently found this sort of text from the cultists of that follow this dead god. The book has 3 parts to it, but we're gonna focus on this one part because I think that an individual described in this one part may be relevant to the Zarenites. So I have a transcript of it here. We also think that it might be Aurelian Tarbos, but you could look at it yourself. It describes what we believe to be the moment that Aurelian had disappeared during a battle with Thraxius the End.
You're referencing the paladin who traveled with our king during his adventuring days.
Yes.
And... let me see this.
Yeah, here.
Takes it. She looks at it for like what can be no longer than 10 seconds. And then like folds it up. Wait here a moment.
Okay, bye.
She stands up and sort of tucks the paper in her coat pocket and walks out of the room.
Did I do something bad? That was very clumsy, I think, you guys.
You guy.
Did I mess up?
No, I think you did fine.
I have no idea.
I didn't even get to the part that Weaslor told me to get to the part 2.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You guys are left in there for about 45 minutes.
I'm saying I'm sorry, Weaslor.
Over and over. For
I'm
45 minutes.
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry about that. And I'm sorry about something else. And
Sorry, Johnny. Sometimes they don't think it be how it is, but it do.
Damn, but
That was a
Weaslor,
quote.
why don't I go to you for all of my problems? You just always do the right thing.
Because I'm napping usually.
Oh.
That's a lie. That was a false characterization of myself. I'm sorry. I must literally start over. Hi. I.
Hi.
God, why does fate not want me to?
The door opens up again.
Fuck.
And the Widow Grace comes back in, stands there for a moment, and then says, "Follow me, please."
Oh shit.
Okay.
Fuck.
I take everyone by the hand that I'm able to grab.
Which would
That's
be
two people.
a maximum 2 people.
Maximum
tail?
2 people, but I have my tail, and I
and
asked
Jeffro.
Lore to hold it.
No, you and Jeffro lock tails.
That's very sexual.
Oh,
This is a child that you're trying to do this to.
that's not sexual.
An
It's...
8-year-old child.
Well, sometimes he says he's 8, sometimes he says he's 13 or whatever.
It's 8 when
He's
it's
8, but
13.
he's 13 in terms of like
Human functionality.
No,
13.
he's 8 when he wants me to look bad. He's 13 when he wants to make himself look good.
Okay, we go out of the room, I guess, right?
Yeah, she leads you out of the room and just sort of
Don't make
silently
quick
leads you
work
through the
with your tail.
halls. And she moves very silently, by the way. Like, it's
Whoa,
bizarre.
she's like-
She makes like no noise when she moves.
Like you're walking over snow and like there's no footprints.
You also notice it's something that you were a little on tilt last time you talked to her, but this time you noticed it because you were more accustomed to her presence a little bit, but she doesn't blink at all.
Oh,
You have never seen her blink.
dry-eyed.
They don't look dry, but she don't blink.
Impressive.
What doesn't blink? A fish?
That's what she is.
I'm trying to call her
She's
a
a-
fucking...
She's a trout.
She's an armed trout. Two-armed trout.
Don't worry, guys. I'm writing notes about what I'm gonna say.
Oh, good.
Fish person.
I hope we're
Writing
going
myself
somewhere where we
script.
can speak.
I'm actually kind of
She
excited to
opens
see-
up a prison cell door and says, "Get in, dipshit." No.
I do a somersault into the sun.
She walks to an open door, opens it up. You see the cliff below, and she says, "All right, out. Go on."
Finally, the
Make
way
Sammy.
out.
Let's fucking move this along.
Mm-hmm.
She leads you through the hallways for a while. Quietly. Doesn't speak, doesn't look back at you. And she takes you through a door, and you're walking into the throne room reception hall.
What? No, not again. No, I don't like this place. I say this out loud.
I don't like this place.
The acoustics are very good.
Yeah, fucking like carpets or something.
This room is
Come
too
on.
big. I don't like it.
You can see the noble seating, where all those like lesser nobles had been placed, are empty. The doors on the far end are closed. The thrones are all empty except for one. The central one, where King Fernal Silurius sits, sort of leaning to one side, his chin propped up, just sort of waiting. And she says, "I have received them, my liege." And she says, "Stand no closer than 30 feet to you." And then she walks up and takes her own seat off to the side.
Right.
You can see he, in his other hand, the one that's not propping up his chin, he has a piece of paper. And he looks at it again.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Probably thinks my handwriting's dumb.
Your handwriting. No. He says, "I have a question for you. Is this supposed to be a joke?"
I think he has to say that. No.
You come here with some scrawlings purporting to reference an old friend of mine. And he just sort of wiggles the paper in the air. Makes a noise. What am I supposed to think of this? How do I even know that this is not the conjurings of an idiot mind?
Well, it's from this book here. I pull out the book.
The rules.
The book of bad vibes.
And I go, right here. Don't read it, though.
He folds up the paper. He sort of like goes to his pocket, realizes that the particular kingly robe he's wearing does not have a pocket, and he just sort of like tosses it behind the throne. And he says, "Approach."
It's a bad idea.
Approach.
Okay. I do that.
He extends his hand to take the book.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I give it to him. Okay.
We give him John Bones' book.
Oh,
He-
no.
Hey, wait a second now.
Even more cursed.
He opens it up and he flips to the back and he says, "There's a handsome man here with a huge beard and a boring face."
Oh my
That's the
god.
man of your dreams.
Anyway,
all my life.
anyways, he takes the book.
It is kind of cursed.
This is not the first cursed book I've held.
Okay. You will dream the same man. Anyway, go ahead.
He opens it up.
I hope you don't bleed from the eyes.
You see him focusing on it.
I look at the spy master nervously.
You can see she's sort of... She looks poised. She looks ready to move. She's allowing the king to do his thing, but she's not comfortable with this turn of events.
Yeah, no, I look at her and I shake my head. I'm like, no, don't.
She doesn't display any readable facial expression, but her body language speaks for itself.
Guys. Okay.
You see him start flipping through the pages faster.
God. Oh no.
God, the speed.
I think he's going past the chapter.
This is actually similar to how you've seen Whistler read the book. To Whistler, it's just reading. To you guys, it looks like he's doing crazy people shit with the book.
Oh no.
Can
oh no, he's gonna be
does Whistler recognize anything that he would speak up about?
I mean, Whistler's never seen this. He's only ever done
never
it.
seen anyone else do it.
Technically, Ben read the book
Ben.
as well, but yeah, I mean, that would be the only other place he would have seen this. Sort of behavior.
So Whistler has no qualms about this.
I mean, you've all seen it before.
I'm gonna stand a little bit off to the side in case he barfs.
Then shuts the book, looks up.
I can't read.
I don't know what this says.
He was trying to turn to a page he could read.
I was hoping to find a word.
He's like common. At least
That's not
Elvish.
a
Just give me some Elvish,
single.
maybe. Fucking shit. What is this gibberish? It's halfling, sir. Fuck halflings.
Not a single
What?
picture in this book.
He says, "Well, based on what I can tell, this is an authentic artifact. I don't think you would be able to craft something like this on your own. So that writing that you have there is, at the very least, not made by you. And I don't sense any... Well, obviously this thing is suffused with illusion magic, but not that kind."
Illusion magic.
Yes.
Oh.
This would appear to be a genuine article, which means that story Where did you find this?
We were shopping in Ironheart.
That's where I
Ironheart.
come in.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, while we were shopping in Ironheart, we found these books, and later on, as we were deciphering them, everything started to piece together. So, in Koganusen, the land of the Duergar, there's a sect called the Blackfire. Darkfire?
Blackfire.
The Blackfire Legion. And they worship a pit fiend called the New King. We found Zaronite soldiers that were being harbored by this sect, and they had orders specifically from this pit fuck that they were to be given safe passage through the Underdark.
You see King Solorius nod sagely at the term pit fuck.
So does
The God Emperor is longtime friend with the New King. So here, another part is that the Zaronites have been looking for these shards for a long time. My mercenary group, the Fiend Club, 11 years ago, we were dissolved by the Zaronites after being blindsided. They killed everyone but me. And this was just after uncovering a cache of ancient treasures.
Ooh.
I now believe that there was a shard among them. I felt something on that day that I didn't feel for a long time until I came into contact with the dead god and these artifacts. And this is very worrying. Now, the Zaronites, their intention for being in the Underdark was to travel to the opposite sides of the Kalor and to use a machine that they have to disable the Phasris vents.
Like the one protecting Tallow Keep, perhaps.
Yes, exactly that one. Their goal is to find King Ryman.
Well, that's not much of a surprise. They are invading his country. It would probably be nicer if he were dead.
Oh, he's getting there.
So I have been told.
It's not nice.
Yeah, no, he's so far gone.
So, what then does this have to do with this story you told me?
Johnny B. Whistler.
Well, Whistler is feeling shy right now. But he told me...
awakens.
Better Star Wars movie.
Yes, I, Wasdor, have experience with pit fucks.
Well, he said shitty pit.
Shitty pit
shit.
fucks.
Pit shit.
A pit fuck named Guziel stole names from me.
He's the
And
Black
in
Fire
doing
in the
so-
story.
Yes, like the Blackfire Legion, New King. Not the same one, I think, but, similar. They stole They stole names from me. And in doing so, they erased my memories and that part of me. And I believe that's what happened to your friend. His name was stolen. He was taken in by the dead god and became the God Emperor.
I have a few questions right away.
Okay.
That's
How do you make the connection that this Guziel, this new king, this black chain fire creature are the same or similar? I mean, how are you extrapolating this as the same entity?
Not the same entity, a similar one with similar powers.
I think they're the same.
Donnie thinks they're the same.
And that is because, Guziel and both Guziel and the New King are known as the Great Name Thief. They steal names and they get power from them. And
Would be a powerful ability for a devil.
Indeed. And so I saw some similarities between those, and with Wizlor, that really struck him. And he believes that this black fire in the story is the same as the new king, is the same as Guziel, the one that he has personal experience with.
So, if I am...
It reminded him a bit of his own experience.
This story, then, in your mind, speaks of Aurelian Tamos, who, according to this story, instead of being obliterated by Athraxius as my companions and I believed, was sent somewhere else, perhaps based on this description of Avernus, perhaps? Was taken in after quite some time of roaming the battlefields of the Blood War, perhaps, and had his name stolen by this entity?
Yes.
It would explain why there was only a pile of dust.
Maybe. Or maybe there was dust everywhere.
I do not believe Athraxius employed a housekeeper.
So the
As
story
you
checks
know,
out.
piles of debris from the plane that you travel to is an effect of a plane shift.
I am aware I have cast plane shift before.
I didn't know that.
Often
But
a
King
residue is left behind.
But he didn't touch him. Ryman said, "Oh, but you didn't touch him, so it can't be a plane shift."
Ryman is an idiot. He uses 2 swords and smacks people around with them. I know about magic, and Athraxius was beyond the abilities of mortals such as you and I. If he wanted to plane shift someone who is standing slightly farther away from him, that would be very little effort.
I'm so glad he's so narrow-minded. I knew it.
Yes, just as I am able to extend the range of my spells, perhaps he could too, beyond the range of a simple touch.
Are you a lore master?
Yes.
Not too many of you about. Interesting.
They took us. They didn't want us in the UA anymore.
You can't both be Whistler.
Sorry.
You're going to have to pick.
Oh, fuck. I think I broke my Wazlor voice just now.
Oh, boy.
Wazlor!
No!
You need to, okay, you need to stumble awake and say yes as you're waking up.
No, my throat is, it's a little dry, and this monster is not helping it.
But it's the first strand type drink.
The green monster dries out your throat.
That's not what
the red one gives you energy back. Drink the red one.
I only have the mango one. And
Postmates the red one so you can restore your mana.
Well, yeah, that's like.
So, in your mind, his name was taken, but then what is, in your mind, is the conclusion of this story?
After his name was taken, he installed himself as the God King of the Zarenites and built the empire up 30 years ago. Because, as we know, the God Emperor of the Zarenites, he suddenly appeared 30 years ago out of nowhere.
But God Emperor Keldor believes himself divine. At least that is the report. The religion of Zarenite is centered around him as a deific figure.
Yes.
As
he is
my
war,
friend Slayer
and that is the name of God.
Tell you, the Zarenites, the language they communicate with is Inferno, internally. Yeah, I have. I have some papers here from the Zarenites to prove this. I've been studying them for years to get my revenge. I learned the language that they use specifically so I could spy on them.
I respect that hustle. So, if I'm understanding you correctly, this... I think we've gone over the story quite enough. You're saying that the leader of Zarenite
Well, he is friends with the pit fiend.
allied with the pit fiend, perhaps.
Yes. No, he's no. Specifically, he's an old friend, and that's why they were given passage to him.
Right.
Well, that's why the Zarenites were given passage by the Blackfire Legion.
So God Emperor Keldor may possibly be a mind-raped alter ego of Aurelian Tarmos.
Yes.
I have another question based on the end of your initial pitch. Why did you say he came into service of the dead god? I don't see any mention of that throughout this. He searches for these shards, surely, but where are you getting that he is in thrallhood to this entity?
I don't think we ever said that, sir.
That's my personal theory. Not necessarily enthralled, but, you know, he's been searching out the shards of the dead god, and the passage comes from a book from the cult of the dead god.
Holy text, and perhaps this holy text is detailing people who are all part of this dead god's grand scheme, whether they're aware of it or not.
Unwitting thralls are definitely a staple of organizations such as this. I dealt with more than a few in my time. All right. Well, this is certainly dire-sounding news. But I'm not sure why you told me it.
Well, the Zarenites are going to take it, our country completely.
I expect they will.
And then what next?
I suppose that's the business of God Emperor Aurelian Tarmos, Keldor.
Big name.
Well, who's to say they won't eventually come after your country?
My country is not suffused with pestilence in the way that Aramoon is, these shards.
How do
I mean,
you
they've
know
already
that?
been on your continent. We've seen them. We fought them. Here, in Nerida.
And why were they here?
Looking for shards.
Make a deception check.
I mean, they were looking for...
They were chasing a guy who had a shard.
I mean, is that really a deception check? I wasn't actually trying to deceive with that. Like,
I mean, it's not necessarily... I feel like you're misrepresenting it, but to an extent. You know what I mean?
Okay, that wasn't really my intention. Okay, whatever. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Where was this?
Black Timber.
Oh, I don't give a shit about the Black Timber. Let them have it. It's a monster-infested hellhole.
How do you know that there aren't any shards? They're hidden.
Why do you think he wants shards?
Well, from all I know about them, they grant power. That generally seems to be the driving goal of most monstrous organizations.
It seems that these people are most interested in violence. And I feel that when they run out of places to do violence, they find another place to do it.
I have very little reason to believe that they will attack Joldrin, but I will continue to hear what you have to say. What are you saying?
If we could receive help with culling the Zarenites, it would put an end to this cycle of violence.
But Aramoon is already on its last legs, as I understand. Yes. The Kalor Association of Coin is defunct. Most of the cities on the western side are obliterated.
Oh, yeah.
The king languishes in the place that I found for him.
Without a doubt.
Have we told you about the
tale of Darth Cities?
The guy taunting him?
Yeah. Well, you mean the Raja's movements?
Yeah, the Raja.
Well, I mean, we gotta start a little bit earlier for that. As a part of the Zarenite invasion of Aramoon, individual named Silverus the Unseen, survivor of the massacre of the Drow city of Lonethus, was employed by the Zarenites.
As soon as you say that word, his entire demeanor, like, he was sort of like listening, he fucking stiffens up immediately.
Was employed by the Zarenites as an assassin. And with the poison that they used to inflict the Year of Torment, she managed to capacitate the captain of the Ilaros City Guard and Governor Naira Kodrum of Osaria. Both of them had been under the effect of the Year of Torment for around 1 or 2 months. Then, several nights ago, some shadowed individual had found Ryman, claiming to have a cure for the poison. And they offered their help at the cost of one or the other of the victims' lives. So help one, kill the other. This person's offer was taken. The choice was made in Governor Kodrum's favor. However, it was the captain of the city guard who suddenly awoke. And Governor Kodrum, who was killed. We have reason to believe that this figure that came in the night with this bargain is probably the doings of the Raja, and we would like to stop the Raja. In order to do that, we need some help with culling this Zarenite threat in order to give our full attention to addressing the Raja threat.
You think you can deal with the Raja threat? If the Raja threat is real, you're fucked. We didn't defeat the Raja. How can you?
Well, we meant to help other people do it. You know? Because we want to help.
From a strategic standpoint, if I were to send all of my people into Aramoon, costing who knows how many lives to protect that place, while, of course, causing a number of my people to leave the home front a little more exposed, I will immediately become a target of the Zeranites. Right away. They will come for me. I will be less defended because my military, in part, is in another nation. Why don't I then, from a strategic perspective, let Aramoon fall by the wayside, bolster my own defenses in anticipation of a Zeranite invasion, and meet them head-on when they do come?
Because that's what they want you to do. They have outside help, but we don't.
What outside help do they have?
They have these, like, infernal monstrosity things. They have infernal beings that are by their side. They're being bolstered by other entities, and we aren't.
Yes, but I care about Joldrin. I don't care that much about Aramoon.
Can I RP at Whistler for a second?
Go ahead.
Your Highness, it's not just these infernal things that Johnny is talking about. It's the resources from all the other countries that Zeranite has started to take over. It won't just be the Zeranite, because I hope you realize that the Zeranites aren't just the Zeranites coming from their country. It is the Zeranites bolstered by the conquering of Magotemia. The
conquering of Magotemia has not even been invaded.
Oh, I'm getting to that. Not yet, but the Zeranites being assisted by the fiendish people of, not fiendish, would I say that? The Primarch and the Goldian people, because they're certainly there. Fuck, where's
military force?
No.
Yeah.
In military force, they're talking about military force. They're talking about the military numbers. He's like, why would I reduce my numbers and throw them, like, into another country?
The point is that the more countries they take over, the larger their numbers get. You helping us is not just a bolstering for our numbers, but for a unity of other countries to stand against the Zeranites.
The countries that they're taking over, they don't seem to be recruiting. From my last understanding of how things were going on the Aramoon front, they were slaughtering the soldiers.
Their modus operandi is violence. Whistler.
Right.
The Primarch may be giving them aid, but if he's not giving them military aid, I'm less concerned. Their intelligence division is effective, but nothing that I'm concerned about here. The Magotamians may be bothered by it, but also I think that if the Zeranites took a fight directly to Magotamia, they would find their hands rather full.
Well, that's why they've dispatched the secret police to Magotamia to destabilize the country in preparation of that particular conquering. Perhaps.
Yes, but Magotamia has their own intelligence division. They are, I no doubt, rooting it out as it stands.
So, the difference here is that the Zeranites aren't expecting you to give us aid. Like, what they've been doing over in Magotamia by, like, you know, making them send troops overseas and stuff.
You could be the catalyst for a push to stop the Zeranites once and for all.
Yeah, that's stuff that they planned, but this isn't something that they planned. Nobody would have expected this.
Your hatred of Aramoon is well noted, but if your sudden assistance is not factored, then it'll definitely throw them off guard, and as much as it is a danger for you, it'll also help bolster as we now start having a country that can start talking to other countries, and we have a whole world trek planned out.
You have a whole world trek planned out?
I don't know what he's talking about.
We talked about this.
What did we talk about?
We talked about going around the world and stopping them wherever they are.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh wow, I do not.
Friends.
Around
This was a while
SINDROA
ago.
in 80 days, killing Zarenites as we go.
This has been a while ago. Admittedly, like, we talked about this maybe, like, as soon as, like, a little bit after the Alaros. I mean, after the invasion of Alaros. So, like,
That was like 2 years.
I know. But, like, this has been in my head. I've never forgot it.
But
Don't you remember, like, step 2 is like, okay, we'll help Kaelor, and then we'll go to Gald, and then we'll go to Magratamia.
He just
like,
really
that
wants
was
to bring people to Gald.
no, that was a
he really
legitimate.
wants to show people.
That
his
was a
hometown.
legitimate strategy. That was a legitimate plan.
Look at my hometown, he says, waving his hand at the scorched fields and heads on spikes.
That was my fault. I put my head on the grass. Whatever, you can ignore that. Strike it from the record. Fuck it.
The court stenographer, the third person in the room, quickly erases it.
It's out there whiteout.
Yeah.
Point is, you can be the start of this. The world will be indebted to Joldrin the Great, and etc. etc.
Joldrin the Great. That's the best you can come up with.
How much
Wizlord?
praise do you think I seek from my allies? I
What
don't need
allies
to
will
be
you-
filleted by other countries.
What allies?
Wow,
What allies will you have left when the Zernites
that was crass.
taking them over?
I didn't hear you over Johnny disliking my fellation reference.
I said, what allies will you have when Zerenite has taken them and slaughtered their soldiers?
Who? Aramis?
Well, Aramoon wasn't an ally of mine.
Well, you brought up allies. I mean, unless...
Well,
I think that's what we're asking now, is to become allies.
yes, Slayer is correct.
The world is in danger, and it's not just from the Zerenites, but the machinations of the dead god are surely going to become stronger along with the Zerenites. It could spell unforeseen, catastrophic disaster that we can't even predict.
And there's also the immediate
plans are-
Rajah.
Yes, the Zerenites' plans are the machinations of the dead gods. So those plans being furthered are beyond our comprehension, beyond what we understand militaristically.
So the dead god is controlling the Zerenites, is that what you're saying?
I don't
They're
know.
pu- they're
I
pushing-
can't.
They're
say
looking
for
for the shards. The more shards they find, the closer the dead god is to coming to this world and ending everything.
He's also a fan of violence.
Our world and everything in this universe will be no more if we allow the gathering of shards to continue unopposed. I think now would be the time to tell him about what the dead god wants to do. And
I know what the dead god wants to do.
well, then you would know that the more shards brings that end closer to a reality. We've seen shit.
Whistler
White
stands
blood
stock
from
still
eyes.
for a second and stares off into the distance. Also, his eyes are blood red this
All
whole
of our
time still.
eyes are just
Oh, yeah.
empty.
The galaxy is just like flashing through his eyes.
The prophecy is true. Brandon got it.
The prophecy has been foretold. By definition
I
of
got
prophecy
one.
is that
I
which
got
is
one.
foretold.
By definition of what a prophecy is.
Yeah. I saw that from Xavier. By definition, a prophecy is that which has been foretold.
I just fail to see how saving Aramoon helps me.
Because it's not just Aramoon. It's also...
Well, according to you, they're going to come here sooner rather than later, so I might as well be ready for when they arrive instead of painting a target on my chest.
I mean, they're also... I mean, I think it's not just Aramoon, it's also... Yeah, I think they want Ebria too, I think.
Well,
Ebria?
Oh! Did we not tell him?
Are they back?
Yeah, Ebria's back in style.
Fantastic! That's the best news I've heard all year.
So technically we already have an ally. You have Ebria on your side as long as it regards
I don't
fighting
care about Ebria. I just think it's
care
funny.
About Ebria if they were being puppeted by the Rajah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Explain yourself.
Johnny, it's your turn.
Johnny gets the speaking hat now.
Johnny makes a face.
I know that.
I hand you the speaking rod. It's your turn to speak.
I don't know. The last few people I told this to, they told me to shut up. I don't know. What? Okay. I think that I have a theory about who the last Rajah might be. Masquerading as.
Do tell.
I look at the Widow Grace, I'm like, what are you doing? You gonna stop me?
Did you not tell him? Mrs. Grace?
I don't know. I told your spy master and she didn't tell you, so apparently it wasn't very important.
He looks over his shoulder. Is that true?
I don't want to waste my breath here.
She raises a hand and just walks over to the throne and leans over. Just sort of whispers into his ear. And she walks back to the seat, and he sits there for a moment. I have no idea who that is.
Victor?
You see, the Widow Grace immediately closes her eyes like...
Oh, right. Sorry. Damn it, that's me! That was a Ronic thing! Strike that from the record, too! That was me! See, this is why Luzvik couldn't be here.
The court stenographer, who I should have mentioned at this point, is a Rakshasa, quickly underlines that on the record.
No. Strike that. That was me. That's my fault. Wizard wouldn't fucking out it like that.
Sorry.
Well, okay, yeah, well,
Three strikes and you're out, buddy.
Anyway, he's like kind of viceroy in Kalor. That's all.
He's holding a position of power.
Well, then that's a problem that will have to be dealt with at some point, but it sounds like, if you're certain, then a lot of your work has been cut out.
He wants to merge dimensions.
What?
Yeah, no, he wants to make like a little sigil.
In our world.
That sounds like a disaster.
Yeah, it sounds really bad.
With Kalor as the nexus point.
Sigil is a fucking nightmare.
Show? Yes, so I've heard.
Hey! That's
It
true!
is gonna be a nightmare on SINDROA if you don't stop.
I have been to Sigil. It is,
Wow, cool.
not my favorite vacation spot.
Oh.
Don't look up!
Okay.
What?
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to, because,
Good advice.
Welcome to Sigil, don't look up.
That sounds so concerning.
Yeah, because
Don't tell me I want to be afraid when it happens. No, don't tell me I want
It's
to be
a
afraid when it
threat.
happens.
Be careful which shadows you stand in.
I don't like
God.
that either. There's a lot in the universe. Like, I'm stepping on one now. No.
Don't worry, you're not in Sigil. And if we take Victor down, you never will be.
Oh no, you said his name.
Oh,
Talking
no.
Strike that from the records. No, you're
Strike it from the record.
Underlined again. Highlighted.
She was talking to
No,
me.
don't bold it.
She was talking to me.
Oh my god.
Writes it again. I don't see what that has to do with the Zeranites.
I don't know how this came up. I was just asked to speak. I'm gonna be honest.
Slayer said, what if it... I guess we were
Well,
talking
then
about...
I guess I don't have any allies, then.
You have us.
Another concern I had was, what if the Zeranites and the Raja, team up?
And then they fuck.
Nice.
That's part of why I want to get them out as
Of the
soon
closet.
as possible. I don't want there to be any possibility of them allying themselves.
I don't see why they would align themselves with a creature that would be probably diametrically opposed to their deific worship.
Probably, yeah. Also, if the Raja is... If my theory is somehow right, the Raja has a shard.
What?
If my theory is right, then the Raja has a shard.
I heard you the first time.
At least
That was an
one.
elaboration, what?
He has a shard of Izothu. The guy that was referred to just now, he has a shard of Izothu in his possession.
You know this.
Yes,
How?
we gave it to him.
He gives you like a almost a look of like pity.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at his feet. I'm not looking at his face.
Nice.
Hey, that's for his wife.
We have the I don't know, that's scary face.
That's for his
Yeah.
hot wife's eyes only.
He's wearing shoes, you dumbass.
What?
You numpty!
Gotta cover the goods.
That's never stopped tryhard.
I will be honest.
This is what his face looks like.
This action that you've just described to me is very stupid.
The looking at
But,
it.
then again, in my younger and dumber days, I
That's
made
too
some
tiny.
stupid choices as well.
When they gave him the shard, I don't think they knew the
They did
Raja
not.
existed.
Did
Or
not.
who
That's
he
a little
was,
less stupid.
anything.
Yes, no, this was a very recent theory.
When we killed the Pope, we didn't know we did know he was the Pope, so that was stupider.
You see, we killed the Pope
I
not
heard
knowing
that.
he was
What?
the
I
Pope.
heard that, King Salor.
What? That was the court musician!
No!
For some reason, he plays that sting whenever I mention that time that I killed a Pope.
He's dying.
The young Pope again! He rises!
Yes, that's a joke.
Matt,
That's a joke,
Matt
bro.
sounded like a squeaky hinge there.
Oh,
Yes,
It's like
brought
me
it
when
back.
I
Yes,
laugh.
I know.
Anyways, sorry about that.
oh, you should be sorry. Oh.
Yeah.
So, based on my experience of leading a country, my first impulse is to hunker down and wait for them to come. But your pitch is for me to take my forces, send them south across the sea, to liberate a country that is, frankly, probably already doomed anyways.
Well, not the whole
But
country.
stop
You just need,
the Zaranites.
you just need to help us with at least one town. That's
Two, probably lose a lot of men and expose myself. But on the possibility that me taking out this invading force will eliminate the entirety of the Zaranites, including the ones that are still there.
It'll be at the start. Because, oh wow, I mixed Whistler and Lucefit there. Holy shit.
But if I move now, the ones who haven't left will come here. Or at least some of them. And then people in my country will die. Do you understand my position? As soon as I make a move, there will be a retaliation, if they are as obsessed with violence as you say. As I stand now, the people of Doldrin are safe. Perhaps they will come later, but we can build up defenses in an attempt to avert that. If I move now, the people of my country are immediately endangered.
I think they will be endangered anyway because their tactics aren't just like overt violence. They also get inside and screw things up from the inside.
And they can also just be there here instantaneously.
Well, that's overt again, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about like more covert stuff. Like
More broverse.
destabilizing it from the inside.
I
And in that case, it doesn't matter how many soldiers you have, you're already destabilized from the inside.
And also,
I think you have very little faith in my country if you think we can be destabilized so easily.
we have high faith in your country. The problem is that you plan on being the last country in the world. The last country in the world before
I
you
think
do
it's
something
unlikely that they're going to go to literally every country before they come to mine.
You're right. The world will end before they bother going to yours.
Again, the more shards they collect, the closer to the end things become.
So we're not asking you to stop it just because Aramoon is. Wow, you're right.
Jesus Christ, bro.
This is really hard. Ugh.
Do you need to say what you're saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to like. I'm just trying to save your voice.
Sorry. I'm Wizlor. Hello.
Hello, Wizlord!
Holy fuck. They have been known as an investment for Aramoon before. Not just the world, but for what you used to fight for. To prevent the end of all things.
That was a long time ago. I have a lot more responsibility now. I have a lot of people here, personally, who depend on me.
But does that make you any much different of the person who wanted to do all that to begin with?
To be honest, I kind of got swept along in that thing. The Paladins had grand aspirations. Me, I was looking for a job.
I think taking on Thraxamoon Deer and
Whoa.
and
Taking on
it's a little bit more
Band.
than you would have bothered for the paycheck for. I think that came from a place closer to your heart.
I don't appreciate the attempt to psychoanalyze me.
You've done good things for the world. I'm doing nothing but praising you.
I've done plenty of bad things for the world.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So have I.
Sometimes the bad things are necessary. I wouldn't undo any of the bad things I've done. And sometimes those bad things involve letting a little nuisance go away while I get stronger for the fight to come. An acceptable cost.
No, there isn't going to be much of a fight if all the dimensions collide.
Well, this is your belief that this is going to happen as soon as Aramoon falls. That seems to be a very Aramoon-centric view of things.
It's not as soon as Aramoon falls. But if we get to it earlier, well, it would be better. They're pretty unopposed right now. They took us by surprise, but we need to take them by surprise.
I must say I'm not entirely certain why Magortamia is holding back so many of their forces. I suppose they're afraid of a homeland invasion. But they're only attacking in their colonies at the moment. They've not sent any troops abroad to help their ally. Magortamia's an actual ally of Aramoon.
Well, it seems like that's what the Zarenites want them to do.
Well, the Magortamians never had much thought for military strategy.
You know, since they are so concentrated on Aramoon, maybe there's grander schemes that we have yet to realize.
Well, there's quite a few of them left in the Empire, as I understand.
And that unknown plan.
Of course, a number of them are fighting a war in Bastilla Creek.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying awfully hard to destabilize and take over Aramoon, going as far as to, go into the Underdark to find passageways to get to the other side.
Why kill the king if the country's already fallen? There's grander schemes in play here that have dire consequences.
God.
I would argue that the goal of Aramoon falling would be a greater boon to them than we can even foresee, since it's so centric on Aramoon. If we could stop them, then perhaps we could uncover the plan and stop whatever grander scheme they have in mind.
Have I shown you the shrunken head of one of the priests
Yeah.
of Zarenites yet?
Inquisitor.
Yeah,
He's been waiting all day. If anything, this is the power of
He
the
holds up
Oz.
his hand and says, "No."
Oh, he wants to see it then, Slayer. Go for it. Now.
Alright.
Before he...
We have reached a point in the argument where I'm not sure that my guy has too much more to say, and you guys are re-going over points a lot. So what I'm going to have happen is whoever wants to make the collective persuasion check to go for it. And roll with advantage because you have been assisted
I'll
by
give you a
multiple people.
guidance.
Fuck you. Just do it. Do it with advantage.
Touch Johnny and give him.
Don't roll with guidance.
Johnny, you get advantage.
Johnny puts on his most stylish glasses.
Arashi's
And he
dabbing.
flutters his eyelashes at him, and
I'm
Arashi's
gonna roll sleight of hand to flash the.
just flash a little bit. Go for it.
That'll ruin it! Slayer, no, that'll ruin it!
Yeah, I'm going to
29.
immediately raise the DC by 10 if he sees it.
Okay. 22.
Okay. He sits there for a long moment.
I'll be right back.
He sort of strokes his chin a little bit with his
Elven hand.
With
No,
his-
his fake hand.
with his fake hand, with his
Oh.
prosthetic,
Non-elven hand.
his non-elven hand. I have a question.
Yes.
The last time you came into my court to speak to me, were you fucking drunk?
No.
No, I was very nervous in this room.
Because you were much more articulate this time.
There weren't a lot of people in here, and I felt really scared the first time, and I didn't.
As well you should in the court of a king.
And honestly, the other guy...
Why do you think we do all this nonsense with the chairs and the steps and all the seats? It's to set people on edge. Part of the fun.
Well, I hope you had your fun, because that is the impact it had on me.
And I don't remember if I actually came to this court or not.
You were in there.
That's kind of the
You were in here.
How intimidating it was.
And our candlestick can chaotically ramble at times.
Yes, I didn't like him at all. If I saw him again, I'd kill him. No, I'm just kidding.
If I saw him again, I'd snuff his wick out immediately. On sight. Without a second thought.
I don't want to expose children. So I will shore up defenses first. And I am willing to commit a minor force to assist you. With the possibility of a greater one to come, if things work out. But I want exactly one thing in return, and this is non-negotiable.
Okay, I'll do it.
I want a personal apology from King Kieran Ryman.
Nice.
Yo, I'll get it for you.
I will do it. For what?
I want him to meet me in person. I want him to get on his knee and kiss the ring and apologize for his uncouth behavior the last time we met.
I'll get him right over here.
He might honestly die before that on his way to...
Nope.
These are my terms.
I'm carrying him on my back.
Johnny, where are we going?
I'll be right back.
Why have you blindfolded me?
Surprise party.
Always wanted a party at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, God damn it, you guessed it. Now, why do I have a blindfold?
Johnny, throw me into the bull pit. I can't do his voice.
Fucking takes off the blindfold, sees Fernal Solorius, dies on the spot.
Oh, it's Chuck E. Cheese. Guys, with one last insult.
On his Chuck E. Cheese skinny.
How will we get him here?
Get him here? I remember the sigil at Tallow Keep. I found the damn place. I'll go myself.
Okay.
Wait, right now.
Let's go.
Right now. Oh.
When should we do it? When do we expect you? I'll clean up.
Actually.
Yes.
He thinks for a second.
Hold up. If it's gonna be now, give me a second so I can send them and see if...
Widow, cool. What do I have to do for the rest of the day?
Yes!
And, the Widow Grace begins to speak, and he says, is any of it more important than settling an incredibly petty dispute that I've been stewing about for 30 years?
Well, at least he's self-aware.
And, she says... She's about to speak again, and he says, I thought not!
Respect this man and his self.
Give me a hot second. Beep, 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 Morse code to us in.
Okay, send it.
Fuck. Okay, what's the word?
Why did you just beep at me? I don't know what you're trying to say to me. Try again.
What's the word McWebsite he uses?
Word counter. Just Google word counter.
Oh no, I didn't mean to save the Amazon page.
Or use your fingers, like I do.
What?
I can't trust my fingers. I only have 5 of them.
Count it. You can count to 5. So count to 5 with the 5 fingers.
I mean 5. That's fucking weird.
Okay,
Only
here, I'll
5
tell you what
fingers?
to say.
The
Was
king of what the fuck is this? He's the king of where are
King
we?
Solorius coming over.
King Solorius in the house.
Oh Lord, he coming.
He is indeed.
Do your hair.
Now the Ossian King Solorius coming over. He wants Ryman to grovel in exchange for military assistance. Coming ASAP. Holy shit. What do we do? Love Wizlord 25. Oh, here, this is modify if anything.
Oh, seeing King Solorius coming over. He wants Ryman to grovel in Ixnach for military assistance coming ASAP. Holy shit, what do we do, Love Whistler?
I don't think ASAP is a word, but
A sap.
what is this, a sap? You're a sap, Wizlord. Fuck you.
Did he mean an asp?
Oh,
Why is King Solorius coming
like
with
a tree, right?
What? Whose voice?
No, and that's an aspen, and asp is a type of snake.
Oh, my bad. I'm stupid.
King Ryman? The King Solorius is coming here with a snake of some sort?
He wants to show you a snake.
Yes, a long...
No, stop.
Where did you go, by the way? Where did you midway teleport to? It was some gray realm.
It was Clockwork Nirvana of Mechanus. It's like the lawful center of the universe or whatever.
You receive the following reply. What the fuck? I don't think he's going to agree to that. I think they're going to murder each other. What the fuck? I don't know.
Good.
Here we go. Here we come.
Okay, I sent another... Whistler sent another message. Well, King Solorius is insisting... Hold up.
King Solorius, I think we're good to go.
Excellent.
Wait, Fernal
I think we're good to go. Step right this way.
Casting the teleport circle as I speak. Please restrain
King Solorius, want some gum?
Ryman and take out the nice china.
Here we go.
There we go. I send it to him. We're trying to frantically text each other.
As I speak, please restrain Ryan and take out the nice china.
Where's my husband?
You hear... Ryman is either going to die instantly or slaughter us all, and I'm not sure which is going to be worse. This is on your heads.
I don't know any of this is happening.
Nope.
So, John Bones, when did you first shoot an arrow?
John Bones is not fucking... Oh, you're doing loose fit now. Fuck you.
When I was a wee lad.
Ooh. Okay.
Everyone hated him for it.
This is the best characterization Jables has gotten in 150 episodes.
Like the first lore piece.
That's cool.
Alright, man. Cut back.
Finally brought to flesh.
I'll ask you another
Cool,
question, like
cool.
another 50 question.
Oh shit. Quality RP, boys. Alright. So, Fernal descends from the throne. Crown still on his head. Beautiful flowing robes. And says, "Alright. Here we go."
Who's casting it?
I look excitedly at everyone. I'm like, guys, we're gonna get an ally. Why aren't you guys excited?
Starts shaking.
And he casts
Violently.
He casts teleport.
Do we come with him?
I mean, teleport can teleport a bunch of people, so
I'm just asking if he wanted
So
to.
he's taking all four. He's taking all four of us. Himself, the Widow Grace, and the stenographer, right?
he's not bringing the Widow Grace.
Or the stenographer.
The stenographer's
think-
not real.
They were a joke.
No,
They were a joke.
I know.
Veronic's a fucking joke.
But imagine she
Bro, what
just
the
like
fuck?
all of us are there, and she just like teleports with her chair. She's still sitting down.
Still sitting at the typewriter.
Yeah.
Adjusts her glasses.
You appear suddenly in the teleportation room of Tallow Keep with King Solorius, who sort of looks around and says, "I don't miss this place."
Right,
Well-
why did you?
Announce me, damn it! Go ahead.
King Solorius.
Presenting King
King
of.
of the.
Well, exit the fucking room!
Oh,
Who
I
are these
exit.
people?
I exit.
I can't believe
room.
I'm going along with a mission with a bunch of literally who's.
I do a somersault
Hey, that's
into
not
the room.
true.
I send a fist bang.
It's mostly hoes.
Okay, cool. We're doing good. We're doing good.
For the theatrics.
I get up from the somersault. Presenting King Solorius, King of Joldrin.
That one.
Joldrin's in Merida.
You see fucking Ossian comes barreling around the corner like, quiet, damn it!
He wanted us to do this.
And Fernal sort of glares at him. He says, "Who are you?" He says, "Oh, hi, I'm Ossian Turris. I'm the arcane advisor to King Ryman." And he says, "You're the arcane advisor? This is what my old job has been reduced to?" He says,
That's good.
"Well, I think I look pretty good, thanks."
Yeah.
Infernal says, "Are you a bard? Are you a... What even are you?" I'm a wizard. I do a bit of magic here and there. I'm kind of like a spy master also, since our spy master up and left. But, you know, I'm getting by. It's a fucking nightmare, but we're doing it.
He's part of a band.
Ossian Turris, Arcane Advisor.
Please don't do that.
number 2
Stop. No.
Of Aramoon.
Fizzbang goes.
I don't care about any of these people. Where's the king? And he says, "Oh, well, the
Where's
king
the
is... Please, stop doing that. The king's lying down at the moment. Unwell, as I'm sure you've heard. And it's not... I mean, receiving visitors is probably going to put him on edge." He says, "Great." And he pushes past Ossian. And just, like, starts striding ahead.
I'm gonna watch this.
Player,
He says,
quick, use your cat feet to get
and
him
he
ahead
says,
of him. Just to slow his descent.
He looks back and he says, "I've been waiting for this," and then just keeps going.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
quick, chop
Oh
off
man.
his.
You guys, this is probably gonna be really juicy, okay?
Because King Ramen like won't give us like all the deets, and like maybe we'll know all the deets.
I think the deets will kill him.
I am the king of gossip.
We've got 3 kings in the castle tonight.
Johnny, remind me to add that to your list of kingdom.
Johnny looks hungry. He is following this king hungrily.
Johnny's tummy's rumbling.
Hi, Keller. And then we walk past.
She's not there yet.
Damn, come on!
It's still only been it hasn't been a sleep. She was supposed to come tomorrow.
Why do you want to see my girlfriend so bad?
Because he's obsessed with you.
He wants to hit on her. Duh.
Not even I want to see my girlfriend this bad.
He wants to look at Kella so he can see where Johnny been.
Oh.
I know if Johnny's been. He's been right here next to me as a friend. Right here. Johnny, where are you? I say next to John.
Ard Kareem.
He just says this out loud.
Ludwig grabs John Bones' ass in a desperate attempt to emulate Johnny Mage Hands.
You can't do it.
That's not recorded. I just realized that whole session.
Johnny's the red to my orange, John Bones. You don't understand.
Oh, did you forget to start the recording again?
What?
Oh no, it means like that whole thing in.
No, the stuff with Johnny grabbing ass.
Oh.
But when you said that, my heart skipped a beat. Like, did I though? But we're good.
Bastard, don't do stuff like that.
Fucking scary. Fernal marches down the corridor towards King Ryman's room and rounds the corner.
Johnny gets out his pen. His good pen.
Right up behind, and you see Fernal standing there in the room. The king's eyes are closed. He's leaned back on his bed. He looks like crap, shirts off. Looks like garbage.
Oh.
Burn scars all on display. Looks like a homeless man who's been attacked by a dragon.
I've seen those.
Yeah. And there's just like a moment of silence before Fernal says, "Hello, Kieran!" And the king's eyes shoot open.
Dude, we're pranking King Ryan.
Oh, yes, my new major illusion spell is working.
And he slowly turns his head.
Johnny is peeping around the corner.
Wizzler has an arcane eye around the corner.
And he says, he after a very long silence, he says, "This is my kingdom. I could have you arrested for indecent exposure."
Ooh.
And Fernal says, "Indecent exposure?" And he says, "There's a giant exposed cunt standing in my doorway."
Ooh.
You never were very clever. You never were very not a cunt.
Ooh.
I would have said
rest my
unsmelly.
case. What the fuck are you doing here? Well, your friends invited me. This group
Here
of
for a wave.
yours with the idiotic Goldian name. Oh, they did they? Oh, that's very interesting indeed. That's very interesting. Oh, stop doing that. I'm scary. I know how to swing a sword thing. I came here for a very important reason. A singular reason. I expect no one's told you, so I have the delight of telling you myself. Have you come to To commit suicide in front of me? Bring me joy in my dying moments? No, unfortunately. Would you orient yourself to a more supplicant position, please? This is no way to speak to a king. I think my blood vessels are gonna fucking burst. Your friends have come to me to beseech me for military aid. I see your country is not doing a very good job of repelling the Zeranite invaders. How very disappointing. I imagine if I was still here, we would have had them taken care of ship-shape, but you had to run me out of town. So look at you now, wallowing in your own shit. That's a bummer. If I hadn't driven you out, I would have murdered you. So, I think you should be happy with the current arrangement. Oh, I am happy with the current arrangement. My country is thriving. Do you know about all the technology we have? The airships, perhaps. We are swimming in gold. I think you did have a bit of gold at a point, didn't you? Until, the Kalor Association of Coin fell the fuck apart. And doesn't Ebria own half your country now? Oh, that war you fought sure was worth something, wasn't it? I don't have the
Jeffro's smile is starting to frown.
I don't have the fucking energy for this.
This is bad.
Well, you'll only have to summon the energy for a little bit of action, don't worry. I've promised to give my military aid to pull you out of this rut like I always do.
Oh no.
But I need something from you first.
John Bones from like afar, he's like... Oh,
he says, I'm sorry, Fernal, I've got to refuse you again. I will not suck your dick. He says, fuck off. What I'm asking is that you very kindly apologize to me for the way you treated me the last time we spoke.
We're dying.
I'm
dying.
dying.
I'm
No,
dying.
we're dying.
We're dying, and I have made a horrible...
And there's a long moment, and Ryman says, I'm not gonna do that. And Inferno says, oh, but... Dear Kieran, do you really think you can manage on your own? Why, your friends seem to think that you were fucked without me. And nobody else seems to be running to your aid. The Magortamians have their own business. The Eridari... Neither of us like the Eridari. The Salkorans wouldn't cross the Shield Mountains if they had fucking water on the other side. It was a bad desert joke. I'm running out. I'm all you've got. Isn't that fun? So, if you want to live another day, not see your country swallowed up by Zeranites, Ard Karim falling, yourself getting put on a pike, I suggest you swallow your pride. Swallow my fucking pride. Are you fucking kidding me? After the shit you did, you've got a lot of fucking nerve. You are lucky I didn't murder you then, but I might just do it now. I don't really think you're in any state. Oh yeah? And the king tries to get out of bed.
Johnny coughs.
Bro does nothing.
Why?
The king stands up out of bed.
No.
For the first time in quite a while. He's clearly lost a lot of weight. His muscle mass is diminished. He doesn't look good. takes a couple of staggering steps forward and he says, I could be on the brink of death and I'd still find enough energy to strangle you. This is adorable. What are you going to do? Cough on me and fall over? I don't know. I haven't decided.
You have your vaccinations?
Both of them turned alike.
Oh no, I have to go back behind the corner.
I'm gonna have words with you next!
Jeffro, he's talking to you solely.
No, he turned around and all he saw was John.
Fernal turns back with the smuggest look on his face. And says, all I want is an apology. It's very simple. You don't even have to mean it. All you have to do is get down on that little knee of yours there and say, I'm so sorry, Fernal. I'm so sorry for the boorish way I behaved. I was so wrong. So desperately wrong. An idiot. I'm stupid, Fernal. I'm a huge fucking idiot, and I always have been. I was never anything but an idiot. All I know how to do is swing a fucking sword.
It's hard to remember.
It's hard to remember.
Yes, good.
Then I'll shorten it for you. I'm sorry, Fernal. If anything, you should be apologizing to me. I didn't try to murder you. I might have let you stay if that was all you did. I had plenty of people try to murder me. You stopped taking it personally. I see you're still caught up in your own head about it. Convinced that everything you do is infallible, 'cause you're smarter than me. Which you are. I'm not stupid enough not to be able to see that.
One part of the apology got done, good.
But you're a son of a bitch. You're a bastard. You have absolutely no fucking social awareness. You treat everybody like they're shite. You treated a lot of people like shite. And you said some fucked up shit. You did some fucked up shit. We both did some fucked up shit. And that's what you're concerned about? That little tiff at the end? Really? I will not apologize to you. I was fucking justified. And you are a fucking idiot if you think you are justified. Was I wrong, though? King Ryman tackles Fernal Solarius.
I'm not there. Nosian, get in here.
Like out into the hallway, essentially. Just Fernal goes down. And Ryman is gonna try to punch him in the face. Goes for the punch. Fernal sort of swats his hand aside and mutters something under his breath. And you see the king just...
Wizard... Didn't the wizard notice that?
He did. You can counterspell it if you want.
I think he was just holding him.
He can't tell what magic.
Did Johnny... Was Johnny able to tell what he cast?
You look like a whole person.
Yeah, I wouldn't have counterspelled that.
Ryman just... Infernal sort of like clambers up to his feet, dusts himself off. Now that's the Kieran I remember. And sort of just like stands there over like the frozen Ryman.
I'm back from an ultimate dead.
And he says, well, I can see this isn't going to work out. I guess I'd better be on my way. Good luck with Ard Kareem, by the way.
No!
Jeffro, dispel the... I'm not... Luspic's not here. Jeffro should dispel the king.
And by the way, Kieran, maybe I was wrong to go off on you like I did back then. But I wasn't wrong. You fucked it up.
The king is held personed.
And he stands up and starts like pushing past you guys. As soon as he's pushing past you guys, he's already letting go of the whole person. And the king on the ground is like, you fucking bastard! I will murder you! Get the fuck back here! Well, I think I've overstayed my welcome. Didn't really think this was going to work anyways. But it was a fun diversion. Ta-ta.
Wait, okay.
Wait.
Yeah. King Ryman, is this really worth it? Is this worth your country?
King Solorius, wait.
Well?
We all look at the king. Kareem needs help.
I am not getting on my knees and apologizing to this man.
I think you need to, Ryman.
I think you should go fuck yourself. We'll find another way.
Oh yeah? Give me some ideas. Right now. Spitball. Time is short. Ard Kareem is running out of food and supplies.
They're being destroyed from the inside.
I'm not gonna bow to this man. Just so he can feel satisfied over this fucking feud.
King Solorius, was that your way of... What you said there, was that your way of apologizing to him?
I have nothing to apologize for. I spoke my mind.
But speak your heart.
Hearts are overrated.
I mean, have you seen his wife?
Yes, she's hot. What's your point?
It means he's not in it for love.
It's hard to imagine what life is like with a fucking heart if you were born without one, I suppose. I take that as a great compliment. Why the fuck are you doing this, Colonel? Do we really need to fucking humiliate each other? We are never gonna like each other. You are a fucking terrible, terrible person. I think I'm going to go.
So this is it. This is.
Grimmins. Dolores, this can't be how it should be.
Well, so it's gonna have to be, I suppose.
Great. This country has no meaning to this guy.
Get fucked, kid. You don't know nothing about it.
You're right, I don't, because you won't tell me.
I'm not gonna air my dirty laundry for you.
Well, that's it.
Fernal kind of smiles. And he says, "It's good to see, with the benefit of age and power, you're still just a fucking stupid thug." We should have left you in K-Law. Teleport. Shoof.
Well, Ard Kareem's gone.
We'll hold the Zernites back as best as we can until we can think of something
We are
else.
6 people.
Well,
They are 10,000.
I have a lot of fireballs.
That's great.
It is!
I also have fireballs.
It's
With
very
Wislow's
cool.
with Ludwig's fireballs, we'll have half the party casting fireball.
Well, I wish you guys luck.
I mean,
The king sort of drags himself off the ground and shuffles back to his room.
He can run up there.
Also, you might as well inform me of what's going on with our Kareem in detail.
Right, yeah.
We do
suppose.
so.
Well, that sounds pretty bad.
Good. Good.
Good.
I like it. I like it.
I'm not a battle commander. I don't know how to fucking... I mean, you know...
The least we can do is stop whatever sabotage is happening from the inside, but even
I feel
then...
like I gotta go talk to the king.
Perhaps. He clopped away. Now what,
Maybe
guy?
I should find Tatiana. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she can heal his brain.
Johnny, I'd applaud you for your sick burn, but this is a very dire moment. I appreciate it though.
No, that came from my heart. That wasn't a sick burn.
It was good nonetheless. I'm still distraught.
I'm gonna go look for Tatiana. I don't think she's actually gonna be able to do anything, but I want to go find her anyway. He walks away.
Well then.
I don't really want to do anything anymore.
Johnny, even though we won't let ourselves get caught up in these two kings' foolish squabble and unnecessary squandering of alliances, we will still continue to do the best that we can.
It's nothing.
Johnny, it's something.
It's a teeny, tiny, minuscule, insignificant something.
But Johnny, the larger picture has presented itself to us, and it is at our feet. I think this speck is meant to go somewhere in this universe. And we are that powerful speck.
You're being weird.
What?
This doesn't sound like Whistler at all.
You're being weird, Whistler.
The most actual Whistler I could have thought up was just like saying like these two kings are idiots. That was the only thing I knew he would say. It's hard.
Well, yeah, I know that. I know every king that we've met so far is a narc. Complete and utter,
Pompous, pig-headed piece of bean.
just complete narc. Like, excuses or not, everybody's got an excuse.
Of course,
Doesn't mean that they're not a fuckhead.
Yes, they're all dumb and stupid. And stinky. Camus would say stinky.
Time for bed. Going to bed.
What time is it?
Like late afternoon.
Oh, look, it's time for bed.
I mean, like 4 p.m.
I curl up on the ground with my back to everyone and just pretend to be asleep.
Jeffro, how many plane shifts do you have in the day?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey,
One.
Ben, you have that too. Let's go.
What?
Hi, Ben. Hello.
Johnny die. Points
I'm
at Johnny on the ground.
sleeping.
He's just
Middle of the floor.
Can't hear you on the sleep.
he's assuming a bean position on the floor. He's not feeling great.
Don't talk to me, I'm sleeping.
May catch cholera or something. What? Oh, I guess it must be cholera. That sucks.
The only cholera Johnny has is the cholera of the heart.
Hey, that devil fucked off. I don't know where she went.
What?
Yeah, she pieced out.
Oh, yes.
Johnny sits up. Slayer!
Slayer, weren't you supposed to say goodbye to her or something?
What?
Slayer, Bard's gone.
Laura's gone.
Whoa.
Oh, surprise of the century. Book of Leaves.
be
Do
fair,
you know where she went?
No. She wasn't exactly very forthcoming.
That doesn't sound very good.
Said she had to
Did she-
go.
did she seem surprised when we left or something?
I don't know. I wasn't devoting too much energy to reading her. She just bailed.
Uh,
Huh?
how long ago?
I don't know, like... couple hours.
you see
She
which
couldn't
way
have
she
gone
went?
far without help. We should probably go look.
She's been doing squats.
She has been doing squats. It's like
Or
literally
maybe
all
she
she's been
lied.
doing.
She's building up her strength. I lie back down, defeated.
Maybe you should do some squats. Can you stand anymore? Fuck's the matter with you? Get up.
Was there cast animate object on Johnny?
How
I'm
dare
gonna try
you
something.
object?
I'm gonna try something, fellas. Ben
Reduce me
walks
to
over and he's gonna try to pick Johnny up. I saw Lucifer do this once. That's a holy shit. That's a 19 on. That's an 18 on his strength check.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I
It's
mean,
a 19 minus 1.
I'm not fighting him. It's just versus my weight.
Yeah, that's him against your. This tail, Johnny Fatty. My God. Lifts you into an upright position and says, "All right, you're in an upright position. If I let go of you, and you just flop to the ground like a dummy, I'm gonna cast a hostile spell at your face."
Don't worry, I'll cast levitate on Johnny so he can never fall.
He lets go, Johnny. What's the matter with you?
Johnny's inflating. That's the sound of his rubber.
Shut up, Whistler.
Did our cream blow up?
Might as well.
Well, don't leave me in fucking suspense.
Ardgrim's in a bad place. They lost most of their food. They're surrounded by 10,000 bad guys. They're like, we need help. And so we go to Joldrin because Joldrin's good at sky stuff, and maybe they'll rain death from above because that's the only place where the Zeranites don't have a lot of forces, minus the dragon. But it's one dragon versus maybe a lot of people from the sky, and it would be a surprise attack. Anyway, so we go there and we talk to the king and we say a whole slew of things, so many things. We've said so many things. And then he's like, okay, but one thing, I need the King Ryman to apologize to me. That's what his voice sounds like. And
That's really his condition.
It seemed to be.
That seems stupid.
Yes,
it
they're
seems
both
stupid, but it seems not. It seems like not a big deal. Like, okay,
It is beyond trivial.
well, and we're like, well, okay, well, King Ryman, he's a guy who's like, king of a country that he cares about. So he can just say 2 words, whether or not he means it, in order just to, get this ball rolling on the whole fight these uncontested people. My mom's talking to me.
Johnny gets a sending from his mom.
Johnny.
It was good, Johnny. You getting enough to eat?
My mom's talking to me.
Yeah, we already RP'd that you got a sending from your mom.
Yeah, she said, what's good, dude?
Sorry about that. What was I saying?
Yeah.
You were saying how everything is looking bright for the future with our optimism.
Oh yeah, so everything's really bad right now because the king said no.
Apologize for what?
Something we don't really know.
My father told me never to be ashamed
No,
of it.
no, I was there too, but you didn't have to do it.
I didn't. I get it.
It's the only time I ever hear anyone say apologize
I mean,
for what.
all we know is that, like, their final dispute was over a woman. King Renan's
Well, that's predictable.
wife. But that's all we know.
You want me to go in there and try to read his mind?
Yeah,
Alright.
Do it. Do it.
thank you.
He starts walking over towards the king's room.
Things are looking up, you guys.
Wait, hold up. I'm getting a sending from Lusvik. He said, "Hey guys, sorry if you're busy. Don't mean to interrupt this. Message me later. Hope things are going well. Tell Johnny I said hi."
It says,
Oh,
tell
he
Johnny
says-
I said hi like 6 times.
Me and John Bones are investigating and doing roles and being
Me
cool
and John
and
Bones are kissing. Is Johnny jealous? Is Johnny jealous? Is Johnny jealous?
Lusvik, look at this
Johnny
flat
is
rock.
running.
It's
I
so
picked
flat.
up John Bones.
He's running out of Talakit towards our crate.
I'm gonna skip this rock.
I taught John Bones how to skip rocks.
I did it! I did it!
John Bones. Yes.
I'm just happy, man. Come on.
Johnny starts to fall back down again.
Hold up, you silly ninny. I cast levitate on him.
He's
Wait, does it-
horizontal.
Wait, does that mean he can only like go up or down?
Yeah, I levitate down.
Fuck.
Ben walks back out of the room. Walks over. Yeah, he saw me immediately.
Oh.
And, I didn't really get much going on. And he was pretty mad. And he said he was gonna murder me.
What's this fucking armadillo doing in my room?
The fuck does that mean?
What's an armadillo?
So,
Is
that
somehow
didn't work.
racist towards me?
I can go look for Brianna. We could beat it out of him.
I'm just gonna lie down.
Ben, you're surprisingly chipper.
I'm usually pretty chipper in the face of ultimate doom. It's what I wanted for a long time.
Where'd all my energy go?
Man, fuck kings.
Forget them.
Fucking suck.
I just
Assholes.
I'm just lying down right here.
Asshole, have to save the world on her own.
Well,
Just leave me here.
I have absolutely no experience with lying down and dying and giving up instead of doing anything, so I see I'll be of no use here. Farewell. Nobody ever tried to talk me out of that before. Nobody lying down and dying and giving up right now. Anyways, bye.
Wait, Ben, what was that last thing you said?
See ya.
Yes,
Wait,
I
no,
know.
before
I will
that.
die. Oh no, not I. I will survive. That's Ben's theme song. He sings it to the dead guy.
And the dead god says, no, you won't survive. That's actually the point. And he says, oh, I'm sorry, dude.
And then Ben says, and so you're back from outer space. Johnny chuckles to himself for no apparent reason.
Ben, something you said made Johnny chuckle. Come back.
No. I mean, I wouldn't want to interfere with somebody's face down into the dirt sort of vibe. I mean, I love that shit. I'm all about it.
No, I mean, look, he doesn't have to be face down. I cast levitate on him. I lift Johnny up with no force.
You are so obsessed with picking that guy up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
is really fucked up. Is this a fetish thing?
I'm just saying he doesn't have to be face down.
Like, I know you're not Lusvik, but I can sense somehow that within you is the core of Lusvik.
I can assure you that was not my intent to emulate Lusvik there.
Oh, good. I hope nobody ever tries to emulate Lusvik. That dude's gross.
He's kind of, weird and
Total
not
pedophile.
great.
Hey.
Yeah, total pedophile. Yes, I feel unsafe
I will
around
stand up
him.
for my fellow wizard friend and say, nuh-uh.
I don't know. I just don't believe that coming out of your mouth.
I don't like this false narrative that he's a pedophile being circulated lately.
Hey,
It appears to be fake news.
if
Perpetuated by
you
lizard
keep
men.
pushing it enough,
It's
it
fake
Oh
becomes...
god,
news.
he said
Perpetu-
fake news.
Fake news perpetuated by lizard men.
Well, holy shit!
Johnny has to go.
Oh my god. Confirmed racist.
Johnny, don't go.
Johnny has to
He's
go.
about to go say build a wall or
Johnny's
something.
gotta go. Johnny's gotta go.
Well, time to discuss something.
Meanwhile,
Hello, John Bo.
Who's
I
here?
know I was in the same room with you, but hi.
I'm sorry to break this off short, but I really gotta go.
It's bread time.
Wait, is you all distractors or Pokemon?
It's okay. I'm gonna go. Good night.
Farewell.
So, John Bones, how'd you feel after skipping rocks for 2 hours?
He's not
John
here.
Bone. Johnny Bone. How do I talk to Johnny? Ah. Johnny Bones.
That might be a good time to call it. We lost
You
time.
might be right.
No.
I
I can
I
carry-
think it is.
I can carry this. No.
No,
No,
I
you
don't think you
won't.
can.
All right. So, in the aftermath of the king's meeting and saying "fuck off" to each other in a really, really detrimental manner, we're gonna have the session. 2 real short ones back to back this week. Of Blurse and this one now. But that's the way it be sometimes. Anyways. Bye.
I miss you, Wizlaw.